Welcome back to Cosmic Kickback, everybody. The galaxy's favorite talk show. I'm your host, Nick Pereira. Josh isn't here today, so filling in for him, we got my best friend, Christian. Say hello.
Hello.
And then we also have Marco, who hasn't been on this podcast in, I think, what's almost about a year now.
No, it's been a year.
What was the last episode?
Exactly the JoJo episode.
Oh, damn. We're all more caught up on the show. But
Every time I come on the
podcast,
podcast, I look drastically more different from what I used to.
do you want us to throw up a photo of the old you?
Yeah, throw up a preso
Throw it up.
Editor, put a photo up like right next to my head. Put a picture of her on there.
So what's different? What you been up to?
School.
nice.
Working out harder.
We've been noticing.
Yeah, because I'm bulking right now. So
Bulk season.
I mean, you see my snaps and shit I send you.
Yeah, he's always at the gym.
Yeah, I'm always in the fucking gym now. Other than that, I'm watching Cowboy Bebop again.
Oh, that's cool. Have you seen that new anime series they dropped on Disney Plus? That's like
Star Wars Visions.
Star Wars Visions.
I haven't watched it all the way through because it's non-linear, so I'm not as invested. But it's still pretty cool.
I mean, it's like anthology though.
I have a girlfriend now. I was single last time I came on the show.
Nice.
So yeah,
A lot has changed.
it's good to be back here again.
What do you want to talk about? There's a lot of hot topics happening right
I
now
don't know.
in the world of entertainment.
I know y'all had kind of like a list y'all wanted to go down, but like it's up to y'all. I mean, I guess let's start with Astroworld.
Yeah.
Let's address what happened at Astroworld. The headlines pretty much said.
That shit was crazy, bro.
When this happened over the weekend, right? Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, dude. This
Travis
shit was
Scott had his
crazy.
Astroworld Festival in Houston. There's a lot of artists. Was DaBaby there?
Fuck.
I don't know
Here,
what
I'll pull up the
matters.
list,
Drake
but it
was
was a
there.
lot of big names. It was.
Drake was there.
Well, he wasn't on the list.
Yeah, he just showed up. But anyways, the main headline that happened the following night, Saturday, is 8 people apparently died at the Travis Scott concert. Rest
Probably
in peace,
more, honestly. at
which
this point.
sucks. Yeah. And a lot of people were also, even more people were injured. So that Travis canceled the following day of the tour. Are you looking at memes?
I was trying
I'm
to
over
look
here trying to actually report.
Okay, I was trying to look at the headline, but
Yeah, but those are the headlines. Travis dropped a new album. He had not a new album, a new single, and then he had Astroworld happen. And now this happens.
So there's supposed to be a lot of
Marco's
big
about to
names.
go down the list of people.
It was supposed to be
Posty.
Travis Scott, SZA, Chief Keef,
That's
Bad
lit.
Bunny, Young Thug and YSL,
Roddy Ricch.
Master P, Tame Impala, Baby Keem, Earth, Wind and Fire, and 21 Savage.
Earth, Wind, and Fire?
And I guess that would be the first day. I don't know. It doesn't say which days those would be, but that's in one group. And on the bottom group, we have Roddy Ricch, Chase B, Yves Tumor. I don't know. How to
Tumor?
pronounce it. How do you pronounce that?
Tumar?
It's an O.
Oh, Toro Imoy.
Moi.
Imoy.
Lil Baby, Don Tolliver, Sofago, Sheck West,
Little baby.
BIA, or BIA, Metro Boomin, Tizo Touchdown, and the Houston All-Stars. I guess that's a local group. So it was supposed to be a pretty big
Event. But
it was supposed to be a pretty big lineup too.
That's crazy.
we
But
got
let's go down the list of
I just want to
where they
get
fucked up at.
I just want to get your reactions on the headlines.
Well,
This isn't the first time people have died at a music concert, but
no,
I think in recent times, like,
I think this is the first.
it's the biggest one because it's way more popular and like with as big as it is, they should have been more prepared.
mm-hmm.
Like it's right now, people are trying to look for one person to blame and point the finger at. That's what happens a lot of time. And during any kind of crisis, people want someone to blame. That's why people are pointing at Travis Scott. They're pointing at what's the
management.
agency?
Oh, the people, the
staff, the agency that was behind it. But what I don't see a lot of people talking about is the amount of people that bum rush the gate to get in.
Yeah, the actual fans.
We're going based off video and based off reports because we do know some people that were there, and based on what we're able to gather, like they did limit the amount of tickets that were going to be sold because of COVID and shit, and just safety in general. But it looks like people bum rush the gate to get in. People who looks like they didn't have a ticket. People aren't blaming those are not blaming, but they're not holding those people accountable. Us as fans, as people. As a group, like they're not holding them accountable,
Yeah.
Would you agree, Christian?
I think the most important part of this is to understand that the blame goes around all the way.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You have
I
to
agree.
put some blame on the people who set it up, the production team, the fans themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you see the videos, it's kind of appalling, and especially Travis Scott, who clearly knew that people needed medical attention in the crowd. Because, I mean, this is fucked up, but there's a lot of videos of him just like watching people fucking give CPR and shit, and he's doing nothing but
I think a lot of the time on the stage he was like on some elevated platform, so he had a clear view of like
everything that was going on.
Yeah, pretty like decent amount of the crowd.
But I think people are holding Travis Scott accountable for his actions because like there's clear video of him like looking down at people either being passed out or dead, and he's just like, it's fucked up, but he's just singing, like he's just like humming and crooning on the mic. Like he obviously like saw something was wrong, not just from like his point of view, but like, you know, there's like a couple of videos out there of a good chunk of the crowd saying stop the show.
Yeah, people.
Not to mention people will actually taking it upon themselves to like climb shit until get in touch with staff.
Yeah.
And tell them to stop. Like something should have been done. So like, you know, as far as that goes, like again, like Christian said, like the blame goes all around. We can't just be pointing the finger at one specific person, you know? And it goes to the agency, the artist in charge, and us as fans. There's no reason the gate should have been bum rushed. But at the same time, they should have been more prepared. Like, you remember when to that damn tour?
Yeah.
There was way more security there.
Yeah.
Way more.
That was
for a stadium, too. Like...
Yeah, that was a much better prepared event, in my opinion. But I also have a problem with not just the fans bum rushing, but the fans actually trying to stop emergency vehicles from doing what
No,
they
that's
need
another
to do.
thing. I mean, the people who were... I'm not sure if y'all saw. I'm assuming you did. But if you don't know, there were people dancing on top of ambulances that were trying to go help people in need. And people were getting on top of the ambulance and dancing on it and shit and raging. Now, those people are for sure going to get ID'd. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, at least one of them is. The other one has his back turned, but the other one is... He's doing this pose on the fucking ambulance, right? Like, he's going to get ID'd. There's definitely... That's a criminal charge.
So this just came out a couple hours ago. I mean, this is probably already happening, but Travis Scott and then Live Nation, which I guess was
Live
the people,
Nation, that's the agency.
Yeah, they're facing multiple lawsuits over the deadly crowd surge. I didn't know that a person as young as 14 was killed. Dude.
No, it was young as 10, dude.
Yeah, a 10-year-old was also killed in the crowd.
The ages of the people who are killed or reported dead are ranging from 10 to 27. I believe, right, Christian?
I don't want to be misquoted on this, but I believe the 10-year-old was dehydrated, passed out, and the crowd around him just danced on top of his body. Completely aware that he was there.
Yeah,
if that happened, that's crazy.
We gotta fact check that.
I
don't want to claim that that's for sure, but I saw claims.
Let's just assume we don't know how they died, but we'll just.
But at the same time,
we know
like,
that 8 people died.
The trampling and shit that goes back on us as fans.
Yeah,
because you're making the conscious like.
There's a type of etiquette you have to have when you go to a music concert.
Yeah,
like picking up trash, treating other people like next to like fucking
people.
Like your neighbor
or blockages. You know, like the thing is like again, we have to hold ourselves accountable to a certain extent because like you know what you're doing when you trample somebody. You're not stupid. I know like some people are gonna come out and be like, oh, like, well, he can't see, blah blah. You can fucking feel though. You know when you're not on ground. You know when you're stepping on somebody.
I do know for sure one of the fans died of an aneurysm as a result of being stomped on the head from trampling.
Like brain damage?
He died of an aneurysm.
Via trampling,
which I don't know what you'd call the charge, but I guess it would be manslaughter if they could ever prove who...
Nah, I would charge that as one of the degrees of murder because, like, again, like, it's... You're aware you're stepping on somebody. Like, okay, like, when we were fucking kids, like, you know, we used to wrestle and shit.
Dog pile.
Or, like, when you used to fucking play hide and seek and shit. You know when you step on somebody. Like, even in a crowd that big, you still, like, you know...
Yeah. I know when I step on someone's shoe, dude.
Exactly. Like, it's you're self-aware. So you're making the conscious, like, decision to, like, keep moving and keep raging and all this other shit, you know? That's something that I don't see people on the internet doing, is holding us accountable as fans, you know? That's my thing. That's what I'm more upset about, as I would say. Because people are holding Live Nation accountable. People are holding Travis Scott accountable. That's completely fine. I agree with that. I just don't agree. There seems to be like a pass if you're like a civilian or something, you know? Or not a civilian, but, you know, like a regular, you know?
Yeah. If you're a fan, you get the pass.
Yeah, for whatever reason. That's what it seems like, at least, you know?
A lot of the fans are... And you can't deny that they're well aware of what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, you had that one guy trying to stop the show, and the dude told him to get the fuck off for Well, no. That's what happened. No, the dude was trying to stop the show, and the fans were trying to boo him off, and he got mad, justifiably too. Like
he's like, yeah, and he said there are people dying in the crowd. We need to stop the show.
And Travis Scott acknowledged him.
Travis Scott not only did he acknowledge him, he was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
And he said, "Fuck it, y'all know what we came here to do," and kept going. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, if you acknowledge somebody's presence, that means you heard what they said. And if you heard what they said, and it's proven, because, I mean, he's admitted it. He's admitted that he heard what the guy said, and there's a clear-cut evidence of him looking at people receiving CPR in the crowd. I think a lot of the blame has to go on Travis.
I'd say it's like all around. I'd say everyone's equally as well. I would say
everyone gets a good share of the blame, but I mean,
he could. I see what you're saying, because his inaction to stop it was really like
at the end
it could have been all prevented. And on top of that, there's another piece of the story that we're not. I don't see people talking about it as much. It's floating around out there. What's allegedly happened is someone was going around injecting people with drugs.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking crazy. And then the Houston PD, like, this isn't just a rumor, by the way.
Yeah, this actually... I saw the video for this, too. The security guard that was there.
Yeah, I don't know how widespread it was, but I do know... Again, this is reported from multiple media sources that there was suspicious activity reported going on at the festival. On top of that, one of the security guards, one of the police officers, law enforcement officer, whatever you want to call him, was trying to apprehend somebody in the crowd. And I guess when he got close, someone stuck a needle in his neck and they pricked him. And he went unconscious afterwards. He says he went unconscious.
Yeah.
And when they resuscitated him back at the hospital, they examining him and shit, and they found a needle-like puncture in his neck. And then there were drugs in his system. I don't know what kind of drugs.
That hasn't been disclosed.
But that's crazy. Like, again, that's another piece of the story.
That's some very shady shit.
That's very shady
Injecting
shit.
people with
that
drugs?
makes me not want to go. We were supposed to go to Astroworld.
Yeah, we actually were, but
And
I think it just sold out too fast.
We lucked out, honestly. I'm really glad we did end up going.
I was sad that I didn't go, like, and now after this happening, I'm like, maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this shit's crazy. And it makes me nervous for other, like, I'm not sure about y'all. Does it make y'all nervous to go to other, like, music festivals and shit?
Well, you see, this is the reason I didn't want to go in the first place. I saw what happened at that Playboy Cardi festival, where basically the fans tore the venue down, and before Playboy Cardi even performed, the venue got canceled. Or the concert got canceled and nobody got a refund.
Was that in Texas or?
I'm not sure if it was in Texas, but
because I know he performed here in San Antonio.
But what I'm saying is these crowds lately have been getting a lot more rowdy, and it's like, I'm not sure I can go to a rap concert nowadays and enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because we had a good time at the damn tour.
Yeah. That was 2017.
That was 2017. But I think what the thing is, like, a lot, like, at least for Live Nation, they were ill prepared. They didn't have... Say what you will about the police and whatever you want, but at the end of the day, they're here to protect us, you know? I don't care what your views are. They're here to... They have a job to do, especially when you hire them like that. They should have known that, you know, we're coming out of coronavirus. The people have been locked up in their shit all day.
Yeah.
They're gonna, like... I would have been... I don't know. That's one of the things I would have thought about. Is that, like, there's gonna be X amount of people who either A, couldn't afford a ticket, or couldn't get a ticket, and are gonna try and break in. That's essentially what it looks like.
Isn't that what happened last year?
That's what it looks like happened, at least. There is like one person who broke into Astroworld in 2019, at least that we know about.
Just one dude.
Now
and it was a meme. They got him, but like
the legend.
They should have had more law enforcement there.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Going back to the point of responsibility, the reason I say Travis should be held a lot more accountable than the other parties is because of the fact that he knew what was going on, and at the end of the day, during the concert, he is the only person there who had the power to stop it.
Yeah, he could have easily stopped it. Like we've seen clips of other like artists stopping their concerts. Like Lil Pump stopped that dude when he OD'd. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Logic stopped that concert because a girl passed out from dehydration.
Yeah, he had like the crowd move and like
stopped
the concert.
Say what you will, whether the concert was big or small. At the end of the day, the artist is in control of the crowd, and he does have the power to stop the show if need be, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people's inactions have just as much an effect as their actions, you know? Especially when it comes to shit like this.
Yeah. For me, I don't really feel nervous to go to, like, any concerts, because recently I went to go see Jack Harlow and Isaiah Rashad. Like,
but that was a more tame crowd, though. I think.
That wasn't a festival. It's not like a big
ass thing. That is true. It
was a smaller concert. They were both in San Antonio. I felt super safe. Like even the check-in and stuff.
I would go to a rap concert there. That's better. I would go to a rap concert, but I don't know about a festival though.
Yeah. So this Astroworld Fest thing had like over 20 headlining people, And let's get a number at how many people were there.
I just read it off earlier.
Oh, you did? How many was it?
Yeah.
I mean, is that like how many people were
That's when
bought
people were,
tickets?
Oh, like you said headlining. I don't know how many
mean?
people bought tickets. I do know they sold out, obviously, and plus all the amount of people that were
Let's fact
that
check.
broke in and were sneaking in and shit. You know, like I'm sorry, like like as much as you want to go to like a concert, like people paid money to like get in that shit. And you breaking in kind of just like no offense. I know that sounds like super snarky, but like that's true. Like if y'all were on the opposite end, like you'd be just as irritated.
Dang, 50,000 people were at the sold-out Astroworld Festival at NRG Park.
That's not including the people who broke in either. I don't know how many people broke in.
It looked like well over.
Even then, that means that they already met their capacity.
Yeah.
So like more people coming in just fucked it up.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And you gotta think now, are people's parents like scared to like for their young kids to go to like concerts,
Yeah.
especially with them opening up? Like,
I wouldn't allow my.
do you
kid to
think
go to
that's?
concert.
I probably wouldn't either. Not to be like a dad or anything,
You're-
but like
yeah.
fuck, man.
You're basically in like a shark-infested water if you're a little kid. Because if a situation goes down and you're 10 years old at a concert, you have no. I don't care how old you. Think
Yeah,
you
what
are,
life
sure.
skills you have. It's
You-
incredible. It's like being lost at a fucking carnival.
Yeah,
I would say
like-
it's negligence if you let your little kid go to a hip hop festival. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sorry that they lost their kid. Like that's a fucking tragedy that I can't even imagine or want to imagine.
I mean, they did
happening.
it because they wouldn't have expected something like this to happen.
But at the same time, like that's a 10-year-old going to a hip hop festival. Like,
I mean, we don't know if they were with family members. I don't
but
know.
I mean, he had to get a ticket some way.
But either way, I don't think I would want my kid going to a festival.
Like, do you agree with me, Christian? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want like
Well,
not
there's-
that young,
there has to be a cutoff age.
Yeah.
You think?
I wouldn't want my kid going to a hip hop festival because I don't care what you think about my opinion on this, but if it's a hip hop festival, there's gonna be violence. That's a given. There's gonna be people fighting.
Like at the
There's
damn
gonna
tour, remember?
be- Yeah, even at a concert with tons of security that we went to when I was 17,
Yeah.
there was a guy who spilled a drink on another guy, and he ran upstairs to go fuck his ass up. And I'm like,
Oh, he was on the balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It was fun as
shit!
fuck.
and like,
You were right there.
Dude, we were right next to him when it happened.
and
Dude.
with all the security, we were right.
That's
next
kind of
to-
fucking funny.
We're standing next to him,
Yeah,
and
we're
we
just
just
like-
looked.
Yeah,
and
we
his
just
fucking
we
beer
saw the
falls
liquid.
It's like,
thumb
what the
down.
fuck?
Yeah,
He
it was-
And they went upstairs to go fuck him up. But at the same time, like
It's like
If you know-
24 C.
like, I
again, like my heart goes out to that family who lost their child. But like like you have to know better. Like at that age, letting your kid to go to a hip hop festival like that, like say what you will about raising a kid or independence, blah blah blah, whatever that shit.
Yeah.
I remember when we were young, we weren't allowed to do shit.
Yeah.
We went to the movies. We had to someone go with us.
Yeah.
Like you have to like take some common sense. Like and on top, and I would say that like hip hop fest. Like how are you gonna go to a movie and get ID'd?
Yeah.
But go to a hip hop festival and not get ID'd,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're not having an age restriction,
Well, the thing
especially for explicit music.
the thing about hip hop festival, the most important part to understand is, I don't, like I said, I don't care what you think about my opinions, but you know what kind of crowds those festivals attract.
Yeah,
Do you think that like hip hop festivals are starting to have or already had a new culture of like kind of violence and disrespect happening at their shit?
I'd say there's a culture shift. It's not like
Do you think it's the music and the message it's giving, or is it the people that are showing up to these things?
people are showing
The
up.
people that are showing up, because music.
Like don't get me wrong, the messages have a little bit of
Yeah.
effect, but like at least for like Travis
Some of these
Scott,
people's
like,
music helps.
like just
people.
as example, Travis Scott's music, like
the message affects the people, or it kind of attracts a certain group.
yeah,
Yeah, if you're listening to hip hop, you're most likely part of a certain group of young
Yeah.
individuals,
Unless it's like 90s and before, then that's different.
and you still
even then I would like argue.
even then there's a lot of
What are you,
violence.
Biggie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of violence in the '90s at concerts.
Probably better storytelling.
So it's like, why would you want your 14-year-old to go to a festival where you know there's going to be a lot of drug use, you know there's going to be a lot of violence, you know there's a chance that your kid could be injured and doesn't know what to do in a situation where somebody's hassling them or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think hip hop festivals and hip hop concerts in general, like they need to start like having an age restriction. Like, okay, if you're younger than this age, you cannot enter.
Yeah, what do you think a fucking mosh pit is about? Like, come on.
Like
Yeah.
like
That is literally just like
I
a
would
music
say-
tradition of people beating the fuck out of each
I
other.
would say treat hip hop festivals like R-rated movies.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
opinion. Like no one under 17. I think that's a good.
Well, now they're more harmful than
It's a
R-rated
good age,
movies.
you know?
People can fucking get injured.
Yeah.
Like,
Very bad.
you don't go to a
Would you
movie.
agree that's a good age, Christian. Like
I think that's a good age. Because, I mean, by the time if you're 18, then you're an adult and you're legally allowed to make your own decisions.
Yeah.
And you should be well enough to handle yourself in a certain situation.
Whether or not you can handle yourself, you should be able to handle yourself by that age. So it's like, you know, you can go there.
Because I can guarantee you, like, if they had a cutoff age at that festival, it wouldn't have been as bad as it was.
Well, then
I
again,
think, at
did,
least personally.
did they have a cutoff age?
I don't know. I don't think they did.
I think the security was kind of lacking because how did some people bring needles and shit in?
Exactly.
Or that might have been someone that... I mean, the fact that people rushed the gate already showed the security was lacking. But
I don't think security for concerts and events and stuff like that is ever really that high level. Like, if you go... Have you ever been
No, because we went to the damn tour, they patted us down shit, and we went to metal detectors. Like,
yeah, I went through a metal detector for mine.
for the Jack Harlow concert?
Yeah,
like,
for both.
How was this not happening? I'm not saying it wasn't happening, but it seems like they were very lax at the Astroworld Festival, you know? To be able to bring all this shit in. I know the argument's going to be like, oh, people will find a way of sneaking
Oh, this is him. I'll throw a photo up of him right now, but this is the peace officer who was at the concert who got injected. Well, I just want to throw a photo up of him.
Which one?
The dude, that guy.
That's the guy who gave the report, bro.
What do you mean?
That's the chief.
Oh, never
Can't tell
mind.
by the stars on this.
I'm tripping.
But, yeah.
How many people were...
Y'all have any other takeaways from this Astroworld? We're kind of going in circles at this point. Because, like, we can go about this all day. But at the end of the day, like, I think there are a couple major points that need to be addressed going into the future for hip-hop festivals. And I hope this video gains traction so they can learn from their mistakes, you know?
Yeah.
There's no mistake. There's no lesson learned and applied than, like, what the fuck was the whole point?
Well, you also have to teach your lessons to the fans. So.
Exactly. You gotta hold the fans accountable. You gotta hold the agency accountable. You have to hold the artist accountable. You know?
Yeah.
And from here on out, I think, like, and talk as much shit as you will in the comments, whatever, I do think there has to be a certain cutoff age for hip-hop festivals and concerts.
Yeah. It's more safe.
It's safer. It limits the amount of people who can get in.
Yeah.
And it prevents shit like this from happening. I personally think, like, and you need to have more law enforcement there. Especially, like, in a stadium, you could probably get away with, not minimum, but not as much law enforcement present, you know?
Yeah, but in an open field,
and, an open field in a park, it's a lot easier to break into shit. And I think for those kinds of festivals...
Especially for Houston, such a big city, they should have had, like, people on every block.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I could get a second, talk to the fans of the podcast and anybody who gets this. If you want to go to a Travis Scott concert or any kind of hip-hop or rap festival or tour, I think that's completely okay. But I want the fans more than anybody, because that's who this message is really going out to understand that there's a certain etiquette you should hold yourself to, and it's the deaths of these people are just as much the fault of the fans who are holding the vehicles, holding the emergency vehicles, trampling, holding the emergency vehicles, breaking in, bringing in narcotics of any kind. I don't care if it's just a joint. You shouldn't bring it to a festival. I know you want to have fun, but there's other people at these festivals who can be affected by that in such a negative way. And if you're really a fan of the music, then I don't think anybody really wants anybody to get hurt, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, people go there to have a good time.
Yeah, it's a music
you
festival.
Like, the war, like, whether you go to, like, a theme park or a concert or a festival or anything like this, like, the worry of something happening is always going to be there. But the main goal to go is go let loose and have a good time.
Have fun, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Well, I think...
Yeah, I think I said my 2 cents on it.
I'm pretty sad. Hopefully, I really hope this does gain traction. Please spread this, like, video, because, like, I'm pretty sure we're not the only people saying this shit. Guarantee you there are a bunch of other channels out there. But, like, if we can get, you know, enough, like, of the higher-ups, I guess you could say, to, like, watch this video and learn from their mistakes. Because, again, what the fuck was the whole point of this if there's the lessons weren't learned and they were learned and weren't applied? Like, you're literally taking nothing away from this experience or this incident, you know?
Last question.
What?
You think Astroworld's going to drop in popularity next year? Or if it's even going to happen again?
It's definitely... I don't even know if it's going to happen again, honestly, because, like...
We have to see what happens
the
lawsuits that are pending.
Well, let me ask you all this. Do you think Travis Scott's going to get canceled? I think they're going to try and cancel him, but I don't think it's going to go through. People seem to only cancel people if it's, like, a social injustice.
People are actually kind of...
I mean, people dying at a music concert does seem socially injustice.
But you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking like SJW.
People are already calling
to be
canceled for what happened.
I think he should be canceled, but I just don't know if it's going to go through, you know? If I do know he's going to lose a shitload of money. He's going to have a fuckload of lawsuits, and he's going to...
All his brand deals that he signed all last year, he was going hard on brand deals and, like, collabs.
The Travi Patty.
That shit was ass, I'm sorry. Side note. But I think it's gonna drop in popularity, or at least a lot of people are gonna be hesitant to go to it.
I think his music as well is probably gonna drop in popularity.
Yeah, his music's gonna drop in popularity, and I doubt.
I can see a whole movement of people boycotting Travis Scott.
I doubt Astroworld's gonna happen again next year. It sucks to say, but like, you know.
Yeah, I know. Never
I'm
got to
kinda
go to
happy
one.
It's not gonna happen next
Like
year.
if he had stopped it once he had seen it, that would have been fine with it, and they probably would have let it happen again next year. Honestly,
That's the part that irks me the most about all of this. The fact that he was so...
the inactions of the staff and the performers.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like Astroworld just
And like
became
on top
so
of it, like these
overrated.
celebrities are acting like nothing happened. Like Travis didn't say shit until he had to, you know. And Drake hasn't said anything there.
Yeah, no celebrities. I honestly don't think besides Travis actually have spoken out about it.
Yeah,
It's
Drake
kind of
hasn't-
disturbing.
Drake posted about it on Instagram.
Yeah,
You know, like
that's
bro,
fucking
like,
weird.
you know, I know people love these celebrities and they love their music, and I love their music too. But like,
You shouldn't
know,
put people up on a pedestal because at the end of the day, like they're just
we're
fucking.
we're responsible for them having this kind of ego at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're just people, you know. Like,
And on top of
I
that,
don't
like
know.
the media too is like covering it. Like you see that stupid ass post, like amidst all the chaos at Astroworld, Kylie Jenner made it out okay. Like who the fuck cares? Bro?
oh yeah, I
I'm
saw that. That kind of pissed me off.
I was like, who the fuck cares?
I was like, of course she's okay. She was backstage where fucking no one could step on her and shit.
Yeah, like
Or
who the fuck
inject
cares
her
about the
fentanyl
celebrities?
or
Like,
whatever.
Yeah.
stupid as shit.
She was safer than most of the fans.
We are somewhat responsible for these celebrities having the type of ego they do now. You know, whether you like the makeup or the music or the whatever, just following them.
To a
like,
certain point, it's like detrimental because like their ego's so big that they don't want to stop the show.
What do you, let me ask y'all one final question. What do you think
Okay.
about his apology video? I don't know how to feel about it.
It seemed very candid, and I think he wanted to get some stuff across, but like,
You see
bro could have took another one. He was like
Yeah.
rubbing his forehead and shit.
It seemed like he was kind of just.
He was stressed out.
Yeah.
Well, he was stressed out, but it seemed more like he. It looked like he was just
Like he
doing
had to do it.
because he had to do
He
it.
had to put
Because
one
there's
out.
a difference between having to do something and then wanting to do.
I could see his
something, you know?
PR team putting out like, or his PR team telling him like, look, you got
the whole
to make a
time,
statement now.
He looked at the camera a couple times, but for the most part, he was looking away. It looked like he was struggling to make the words.
Yeah,
you know?
looking off screen.
And like, I know you can say like, oh, he was stressed, like he was like didn't know what to say, and like, it could be true, but like even his voice was like so like monotone. Like,
I think when you make an apology video, you got to know like, bro, a lot of people are gonna see this. Like,
you can't just cat it in, bro. Like,
yeah, if you have to write some words down and get your thoughts together, do that. But don't just
like that's fine. Like,
Why do you put a filter on it?
He had a filter.
yeah, filter?
He had
Put
the
a black and white
Astroworld filter. Oh,
No, oh,
like I said, he had the
wait.
Astroworld filter.
Yeah, that's fucked, bro.
Next year, no,
But yeah, no, I doubt Astroworld's gonna happen next year. There ain't no fucking way.
the end of Astroworld,
And
dude. That's
honestly,
gonna be the title.
If it happens next year, I'll probably end up going if I'm being honest.
I think I might go.
Nah,
because the
But we're gonna be
popularity is
concealed
gonna
carry.
drop down so
I'm looking-
far.
I'd be okay with that.
Like,
You conceal
look,
carry?
I know we were talking this shit earlier, but like we're adults, though. Like we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone that was over 18
If
and went to
anything
that,
if anything happens and we're there, like that's our own fault. We took that risk going, and like
yeah.
we've been wanting to
Especially
go for the
people that go to
longest time.
next year's, if it's even happening, they know the risk. It's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, last year 8 people passed away.
But if it does,
That's insane.
if it does happen next year, like okay, so I know we're talking about
That
like,
would be outrageous.
you know, lessons learned and shit from this as far as agencies and festivals go for the future.
Let's wrap it
But
up.
I think like
Wrap it up, Dean.
if Astroworld does happen next year, they have to improve everything.
Yeah, it
Like
needs to be way
security-
safer than it ever
Yeah,
was.
Exactly, it has to be extremely safe and in a limited amount of tickets.
They have to
and all
control the
that shit.
crowds,
Yeah,
like,
I think so. I think
or the crowds
it'll
need to
be-
control themselves.
If it does happen, it'll be safer to go next year too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if the crowd gets wily as fuck next year, and Travis just like, nah, we're not doing this because y'all can't handle yourselves before it even starts.
yeah,
I can also see that happening.
that'd be cool. Do you think this is gonna
be
affect
happy
like
if
the
that
rollout for his next album? Like, is anyone want to even gonna go on his tour?
Yeah, I feel like most celebrities are gonna try and stay away from him after this.
Yeah, this is like bad. You know, he's in deep water. But in other news this weekend,
Moving on.
yeah, ooh, some great history has actually been made in the boxing world.
It's like
You want to talk about boxing? What?
anyway.
Anyway.
But I just
Yeah, let's talk a bit about MMA. We had a couple fights that happened. We don't really talk about fights on this
I don't
the
really
podcast.
know. I don't know shit about MMA, so
well,
I know a little bit. I'll let Christian get off some history.
well, all I can tell you right now is actual world history has been made.
Mm-hmm.
As for the first time in, I would say about 130 years, the super middleweight division of boxing has been unified. All 5 belts, all been collected. Basically like the Infinity Stones.
It's fucking crazy.
Canelo knocked out Caleb Plant and became the first unified super middleweight champion of the world.
Undisputed champion, right?
Undisputed and unified super middleweight champion of the world. Excuse my language. I think this is important to talk about because nobody's ever done it. This is the most competitive weight class in boxing in the past 30 years or so. Nobody ever thought somebody would come up and take all the belts at the same time. And I just want to pay credit where credit is due. Canelo is hands down one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Well, I do know he's the GOAT. Like, he's fucking like.
I've seen a couple of his fights.
People say Mayweather beat him. Yeah, Mayweather beat him when he was 23 years old, and Mayweather was in his prime.
What year was that?
That was 8 years ago.
Oh yeah, I ain't shit, dude.
He was a kid back then. He was still a kid. He was still learning.
And you fought him?
Yeah, he fought him.
I mean, that's kind of cool. He had
I know
balls
with
to do
boxing,
that.
like, it does take a certain amount of years and experience to, like, work at their craft, just like anything else.
Yeah.
To be a vet.
If you're a veteran and you're fighting a rookie, even though the rookie's younger and more,
He's got more stamina.
he's got more vitality to him.
Yeah,
he's gonna get his ass kicked by the experience.
Exactly.
But he's still gonna learn from it.
Still gonna learn from it. He did learn from it. He became one of the best counter punches in the sport. I mean, you throw a right hook at him, you better hope that right hook lands, because if not, you're gonna be at a Kanye concert. Or not Kanye. Pop Smoke concert.
Pop Smoke. Yeah, wait, I was like, what?
Now you're gonna be at an Astroworld concert.
God. Too soon,
dude,
bro.
Too soon. Cut this out, bro.
No.
Bleep that.
No, it's whatever.
Whatever.
No. Going back to it though, like, that's cool. Canelo's fucking making history, bro.
What do you think is next for him? Honestly, do you think he's done with boxing? How old is he now?
He's only 33.
Oh, so he's still pretty fucking young.
He's still got about 7 good years of boxing left in him.
Do you think he's gonna keep boxing, or do you think he's like done?
Well, he's beaten everybody at the top. What can he do now? He can go up a weight class and beat everybody there, which he's already started.
Fuck. It's like that Mortal Kombat tower when you just climb it.
He started last year when he took the title away from one of the best light heavyweight boxers in the history, Sergey Kovalev.
Now, what do you think of his success in that? Like, do you think he's got a future in that, or do you think it's gonna be?
All I'm saying is he made a guy who's way bigger than him look like a bitch on national television. If he can do that, and Sergey Kovalev is the number 3 rated.
But was he trying though?
Kovalev? Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure because some of these boxing fights they go in super underprepared because they think they're gonna smoke somebody and they get their ass ripped.
He was a champion and he was trying hard as fuck.
Okay, answer my question then.
He couldn't land a hit, and I'm thinking like, will he be the first? Because he's still got 7 years to do this, So will he be the first unified super middleweight and unified light heavyweight? If he does that, then I think he's cemented
Hall of Fame
his position way better than Mayweather ever had. All I'm gonna say is Mayweather dodges fights, bro. He fought people out of their prime and before their prime. He is not as good as y'all casuals think he is.
Y'all casual.
I mean, he's obviously a GOAT.
He's great. He's great at what he does, but he's not the best boxer of all time.
Yeah, I don't think I ever considered Mayweather the greatest boxer of all time.
Well, you see a lot of these casuals that Jake Paul and Logan Paul fans are bringing to the boxing world. A lot of these new casual fans like to say that he's a GOAT because, Logan Paul went 8 rounds with him. Okay, he's fucking 50 pounds heavier, and Mayweather's got some of the softest hands in boxing. Of course he was going to go the distance with him.
No. Yeah. There also, those fights were
rigged.
Definitely cash grabs. Just saying.
Yeah, they were.
Well, did you hear about the news?
And we paid for one of them, man.
About the Tyron Woodley?
I didn't pay for shit, so.
Whatever.
You hear about the Tyron Woodley fight? The news that's coming out about it?
No.
What?
A bunch of rumors are starting. I'm not sure if there's any truth to them. But Tommy Fury said he's overlooking his contract. He's relooking at the contract to make sure that there's nothing in there. But apparently Jake Paul has had a no knockout rule in his contract with Tyron Woodley. I'm not sure how true it is. And apparently
you said what's his name? The Fury. What's his name? What Fury?
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury. Isn't that Tyson Fury's son?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're related.
His brother.
Or brother. Well, even then, I still doubt. Like with that kind of connection and rep, I doubt
Tommy Fury
he would lie about that shit. You know what I mean?
Tommy Fury hasn't said that yet. It was Dylan Dennis who said that. Another fighter who's looking at fighting Jake Paul earlier this year. And, apparently he said if you look at the contracts, if they ever release the contracts, these technically aren't even professional fights. They're considered professional exhibitions.
So that's just the whole show?
Yeah, it's just a show.
It's not even like someone's supposed to be
that makes
determined the
sense,
winner.
And
like-
the reason Tyron Woodley hasn't came out to deny it yet is because he has a non-disclosure agreement.
That's what I was about to say. NDMA, right?
He's not allowed to speak about it at all, actually.
What?
About the contract or anything about the contract with Jake Paul.
Oh, like what's in it?
But it would
before we go on with this, what's your source?
What's the source?
Is this all speculation or?
It's speculation based on somebody who was going to fight him and said that in the contract that they gave him, he had a no knockout clause. That's the reason he never signed the contract.
What about the NDMA?
The NDMA. That was also in the contract that Dylan Dennis said that he got from Jake
So this is all
Paul.
speculation.
A non-knockout
Yeah, it's all-
clause.
'Cause I don't want to like be saying like.
I don't want to say it for truth, but I mean,
But it makes sense
it makes sense after seeing the Tyron Woodley fight.
because there were times where like
he had an easy way of knocking out Jake Paul.
yeah, and like, he just kind of he either picked him up or he just let him go. Like
He let him go, yeah.
you know, it makes sense. Like a lot of people, this shit pisses me off because like again, I don't know shit about boxing, you know, or fighting in general. But I can tell when a fight is rigged and shit. And like I get all these people coming out like in my demographic, my age group, right? I'm not gonna say her name, but it's a friend I know, saying that I told y'all he was gonna win. I'm talking about Jake Paul versus this fucking either.
D Wood,
I think so. I'm not sure. Might have been the fight before.
Ben Askew.
No. Okay, never mind. It was the Logan Paul one where he fought Mayweather.
Wait, how'd he win?
That's what they were saying, but I was like, he didn't win though. Like y'all really are uneducated. Like
That was an exhibition.
that's what I'm saying.
If it was graded, he almost got the knockdown on him. He outlanded him. He out-averaged him as far as precision
Mayweather did,
goes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In every aspect.
Like you have to understand again, like going back to what we were saying earlier, like we give these celebrities the ego they have, and like just because we like them doesn't mean you should dick ride. I'm sorry, like these Paul brothers fucking suck. I think so at least.
I think Jake has legitimate skill as a boxer.
He went harder than I thought he did. He caught me off guard.
Just definitely not as much skill as a professional. He's an amateur.
Like don't get me wrong, he's good, but like he's not like
He's an amateur.
yeah.
And
People are making him out to be like he's been fighting for like years now at this point. I'm like, bro, like this dude just started fighting, and like even then, like
and Logan,
Yeah.
all his fights have been hella sketch.
Logan Paul, on the other hand, is definitely he's a terrible boxer in every aspect.
Just stick to podcasts.
Yeah, just stick to podcasting.
Is this podcast any good? Honestly,
Impulsive is pretty funny sometimes.
Some episodes can be good.
it's better than cold ones.
Another fighting news. I just want to cover it. The best card the UFC had this year already aired. UFC 268. We saw a really fat 250-pound guy who was the same height as Marco land a spinning wheel kick knockout and followed by a front flip celebration. I'm just gonna say, from any aspect of athleticism, that's impressive. A big fat guy, after going 3 rounds,
5'10".
yeah, 5'10", 250-pound fat guy, did a front flip after knocking somebody out with one of the hardest kicks to knock somebody out. It's just impressive athleticism. I can't fucking think of his name.
He's the
whoever you are, fat guy. I
Just
wanna
look that up.
If you can't tell, he's the fighter over here. He knows all about this shit.
Yeah.
Me,
can throw up a clip.
Nick and I are kind of just.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
on my
interested
third
in
day.
it.
It's on my third day out here.
It's only my third day.
Yeah.
Is there anything else y'all want to talk about?
I'll show you.
I don't know. We got like 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Where is it?
What? Are you going to show me the guy or the fighter?
The fat guy who did the flip thing. Let me see if I can find it.
All right, let me ask you this. So you said Impulse was can be pretty funny. What's funnier, that or Cold Ones?
I think Cold One's funnier just because
Fuck
of
yeah,
the
I
format.
love Cold Ones. Max
I've
and
never
Shaq.
seen... Well, Cold Ones is more of a talk show than a podcast, which I like.
Oh yeah, Shaq gets all mad and shit. Bro, Cold Ones, y'all see this, bro? Please fucking send us a personal video.
Yes. Let's just go on... Are they on Cameo?
Fucking respond to me, Chad. I fucking DM'd your bitch ass. I actually did. I'm not even capping.
Respond!
Well, no, because he'll do this shit on his Instagram where he'll be like, ask me a question or what, blah, blah, some
Yeah.
shit, right? I told him to give me a reason to pay for his Patreon. And I got hella ballsy. Let me see if I can find it. I said some ballsy ass shit. It was like,
Anyway. No.
I gotta find this shit,
Oh, is
bro.
the video? Damn.
Knocked him out with the spinning wheel kick.
Oh, shit. That was a pretty crazy flip.
Big fat guy.
If I wasn't so broke all the time, I'd sub to your Cold Ones Patreon. Send me a video I can show my friends and I'll sub right now. That was back in June.
Gosh. Hey, man. Shoot for the stars.
But you never know.
Y'all been listening to any music?
Any music?
It's hard for me to listen to music, honestly.
I've been listening to a lot of. I've been just listening mainly metal because I've just been training.
Mainly
of course.
metal. I don't know.
I don't know, like
I listen to some rap, but more kind of like chill music now.
I listen to a lot of everything. It's hard for me to get into new music now, especially like new hip hop.
Yeah.
New hip hop's pretty fucking like.
I kind of rotate around the same artists for me.
Okay, so I know every generation, like the older people will be like, oh, like hip hop is all the same now, blah blah, and all this other shit, and like now it really is all the same, honestly.
Yeah.
Like that shit's like.
I needed some shit with some.
It's all that. No. It's all that Playboy Cardi shit. That like, look, when mumble rap came out, I liked it personally. I don't know about y'all, but like I thought it was a pretty.
Now you're on your old head move.
Yeah. Well, now it's just like it literally is all the same. A lot of people are trying to rip off that Cardi flow.
That Coil Ray.
That Playboy Cardi flow. Like people are trying to rip.
I'll see the photo of Coil Ray.
Yeah.
She's all built like fucking Crash Bandicoot.
Fucking Frieza.
Like Skips.
Skips. I don't know. What do you think?
Man.
Like, do you think like hip hop is like? I think at least in recent years, hip hop peaked. I'd say like 2018, 2019.
I don't think music has been the same since probably 18 or 19. I think there's still good projects coming out from certain artists, but I think hip hop has changed for sure.
Yeah.
And I used to be a big hip hop head, but I'm thinking about changing genres.
Oh, you don't have to change genres, but like
have a new favorite.
It's hard to listen to new hip hop.
For me, it's more so like I just kind of like I still listen to old school shit. Like I listen to 50 Cent sometimes and things like that.
Hell
it's your birthday.
But like
that song go hard.
But like the new shit, like I haven't been listening to as much as I usually do. Like sometimes I'll put on the Baby just because I think it's funny. like ironically.
Let's go.
I listen to him ironically, but no, I just kind of grew out of it, and I mean, it's not like it's bad music, but it's just not for me anymore.
And that's cool. It's called growing. Like hip hop's not gonna be for everyone. Like honestly, I listen to a lot of hip hop from 2020 and beforehand. And I'm talking like early 2020. You know,
the last good song
like
was,
January, like 2020.
Yeah, the last good song was "Life Is Good."
I think, as far as most recent part, obviously, I fucking love CLB. I really do. I think that
I like CLB. It's Drake.
Okay, let me ask you this. I know this meme's kind of dead, but honestly, like, what did you prefer, CLB or Donda?
CLB.
It's so quiet.
Easily CLB.
CLB for me, bro. I fucking love it. Fuck Donda, bro. I'm sorry. That shit was overhyped.
Yeah. I think Donda was overhyped, and it probably could have used less songs.
Yeah, a lot of his shit was filler. It was like
here's my thing: the hits that were on Donda were fucking hits, but it was drowned out by so much garbage and so much filler. You know?
Do you think there was too many features on Donda?
No. I don't think the features were bad.
The features wasn't even a problem. It just like again, it was just. I'd say he had the Migos problem. Or that's a lot of filler. The hits that are on there are fucking hits.
The Migos were way better when they had like albums that were like 14 to
clear and concise, you know.
Yeah, now it's just like how many fucking like features can I get on this shit?
30 songs. Like,
yeah, I'm sorry. If the Migos are watching this, y'all some fucking losers, man. Y'all sold the fuck out in culture too.
Yeah,
and y'all haven't made the same thing since 2017.
Yeah, it's just culture.
Y'all can say, "Oh fuck me, I'm broke." Yeah, well, fuck you.
Did y'all listen to Culture 3? I didn't even listen to it. As soon as I saw the album cover, I was like, this shit's gonna be fucking.
I tried to listen to it.
Yeah, y'all can say we're broke as much as you want, but that doesn't change the fact that y'all music.
Y'all bum, bro.
Y'all music fucking sucks, bro.
Take your career off. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
your career not taking off.
The last time I listened to the Migos and really, really liked them was like 2013. Before.
Yeah, Hannah Montana. Dude, that
y'all
shit
used
was.
to shit on me for listening.
Dude, no.
You
got me into Migos. You got me into Migos.
I used to shit on him hard, and then he actually did give me the Migos. No, I got myself into Migos with that one song, One Time.
Only take one time for me to take my.
That's off you.
Yeah,
I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
That should go hard. That's what the song that got me into Migos. But like, okay, I like Culture too because there was a good amount of like meat on that.
Yeah,
album.
there were some good songs.
There's a lot.
What was that
of
song
good
with
songs.
Narcos? The Narcos song.
Like a narco.
Hey, Stir Fry.
Oh yeah.
Stir Fry is good.
Stir
That shit
really
came
good.
out when I worked at Popeyes.
Walk It Like I Talk It.
Bro.
Yeah, with Drake.
What do y'all think about Bobby Schmurda 2.0?
Hey.
He's not as big as he once was.
No,
he's not.
Let's say it. No, bro, it's not 2016.
What happened to this man in prison, bro? What happened to this man in prison?
Yeah, he has been sus as fuck since he got out of prison.
Do you see that video of him shaking ass on stage? Bro,
he's like that dude from Longest Yard who had a prison girlfriend.
Tracy Morgan.
Give me a D, give me an I.
You're gonna see.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. No, bro. What happened to this man in prison? This man got violated.
Bobby Schmurda was on top of the world.
By Lil Nas X.
Bobby Schmurda was on top of the world 2015, 2016. Maybe even earlier.
2014, bro. That's when.
Yeah.
That's when I can't say it.
Yeah.
Anymore.
That's when Hot N-word came out.
N-word.
That's what I have to say. I'm sliding over cars. Will I shoot?
I don't know. I listened to his
pull up that
music,
video.
but there's that one snippet where he's trying to like freestyle. He's flowing. Yeah, I was like, bro, what the fuck is this man doing?
What the fuck is he casting a spell?
If you heard his actual new music, it's actually really good.
Bro, what the fuck is he doing?
Bro, I'm telling you, he's been in prison too long.
Bro, what happened to this man in prison?
Fuck.
This is the best part about.
Dude, I expected Bobby Schmurda to come back and save us from fucking hip hop.
This is the best part.
What is
He
this?
just dropped some shit today called Splash.
Can we play it? Can we do that?
No, don't play it. Your video's gonna get taken down.
Yeah. Wait.
Come on, Bobby's not that petty.
Mute it. Can you mute the mics on the audio clip? Let's just listen to a clip of it.
Just play it and I'll cut it out.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
What do you guys think of Bobby Schmurda's music?
Yeah,
We just listened to some.
Yo, that was mid as fuck, bro.
The first song was mid.
The first song was fucking trash, bro.
Okay, you can't say the second song was bad though. You
The
can't
second song was mid. That's hella mid, bro.
I ain't got no time to breathe. Police put me in the pen. I ain't got no time to sleep.
Bro.
Come on,
Dude, shut up.
Bro,
It's like that guy from Paperboy.
bro, lyrics and the beat can only carry you so
Paperboy,
far, bro.
Paperboy.
The delivery,
Remember the guy
the
that was
delivery is
trying to rap
important too, okay? And the delivery ain't on point, bro. Your shit's going down, okay?
Okay. All I'm
Remember
saying is, I don't care how bad the music gets. I'll always support Bobby Schmurda because he's one of the realest.
You guys support him shaking his ass on stage?
Yes, I'll support that. As sus as it is. He's probably hanging out with Lil Nas X in prison. I don't know.
He was in the fucking Industry Baby video. Did y'all see that?
Oh,
It's blurred.
Are
but
you serious? He was in the Industry Baby video?
No, he was. I was just kidding.
Oh, I was like,
Dude.
yo, I was like,
It's one of those dudes with his dick's out.
God,
I told you.
that was fucked up, bro.
what do y'all think of those hip hop science memes coming out?
What do you mean?
Like this one with the little baby?
Oh, when they're just looking into fucking scientific objects.
Yeah, or the
Those are
young
funny.
thug one where he has a little jerk, he's on the computer like this.
Those are
Lil
funny.
Nas looks all like confused.
And dude, they remade that meme. He did that shit for.
I think the hip hop
He did that shit
memes.
in the video, right?
No, it was for a commercial for like
Sprite.
he was promoting his album, but it was like partnered with like
Oh,
Uber or Lyft.
He
or
dropped a
something.
new album, Young Thug. What is it called? Punk.
I didn't listen to Punk. Well,
So far, I've heard really good
actually,
reception.
you know what? No, I listened to it a couple, not all the way through. I listened to a couple songs. I liked them honestly. They weren't bad.
I've always liked stuff that comes out from Young Thug and Future. They've been very consistent over their careers.
You know who's really changed their tune though? Like I used to hate their music with a fucking
Who?
passion. NBA YoungBoy.
Oh yeah, his music's taking a turn,
It's taking a turn, bro.
Okay.
especially once he collabed with Tyler.
Like that song "Toxic Punk."
What about
What is
what's
your name? What do you claim?
What?
What's your name?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Oh,
Heard that?
dude,
That's the
it's so
thing that like made me like, oh, this dude like.
He's all right now.
You mean?
I watched my grandpa say penis.
Yeah.
Isn't that actual lyric or some shit?
He did.
No, I watched my grandpa say pennies or something, but he's got such a Louisiana accent he can't fucking enunciate.
Fucking stupid, bro.
It's
I
true.
don't know.
People from Louisiana can't enunciate their words like that. Only way you make it.
What the fuck was that? Do you hear that?
What?
I think someone's watching SpongeBob.
Oh.
Oh, outside.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's all my takes for music. I mean, I definitely think rap just isn't the same to me anymore. But I
Yeah.
listen to like certain songs.
The rap meme culture is better than rap.
The
rap game.
The rap meme culture is
Yeah.
way better than the actual music right now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't even
But-
listen to the music, but I still look at the memes.
I'm like,
Fucking
oh.
funny.
Well, right now, all these new artists coming out, they all do the same shit. They all do
Yeah.
the same shit.
There needs to be a bar.
It's starting to sound like old heads.
What's the
No,
word?
it's true though. At this point,
I mean, we're
like-
all in our early 20s. Like, we fucking grew up with this shit, so we probably have the best.
Like, I'm just saying, if we're saying this shit, and I'm not the only one saying this, by the way.
A lot of people.
Like, a lot of people at my work are saying this shit too.
Even Grandy's saying it.
Yeah.
Remember what he said about the fucking.
T-Pain said this shit.
Yeah. Remember what he said about the XXL freshman list from like 2020?
Oh yeah, I
What?
think so.
Fucking
yeah.
Grandy was like posting on Twitter one night. He's like, "Bro, this list is so bad. Who the fuck are these people?"
I know, at least with the artists I would normally hear, the people, like, I would know like 6ix9ine. I knew who he was. Boogie with a Boogie with a hoodie. Yeah.
Bro, 2016 was the best year for Double XL.
Oh yeah, I think those are all my thoughts on hip hop. Y'all want to wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap it up then.
Wrap it up, man.
Any closing thoughts?
That's it that I can cover on news.
All right. Anyways,
I hope to be back
it's
on the
weird.
podcast.
It's weird to end on that note. Yeah, it's glad to have Marco back. Hopefully, it'll be on the. We might have a Christmas special. Y'all dudes might be on there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I want to have a setup where we're kind of like just chilling, smoking cigars, like kind of how we were that one Christmas day.
That was fun.
We
That was
definitely one thing I've learned on this podcast is it's really hard to kind of conduct ourselves when there's too many people here.
Yeah, so there kind of has to be a limit.
Yeah, I'd say like 3 to 4 people. Like
Remember
Yeah, 3 is the limit.
the baddie one that y'all did where there's like 6 or 7 people were just having side conversations and shit.
Oh yeah, no, that was a Valentine's Day one.
All right, either way,
But yeah, I don't know. This is a pretty good episode.
it was a good.
All right, guys, go follow the socials: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Cosmic Kickback.
Plug me in.
Shout out any of the YouTube viewers. Thank you so much for watching.
shout out Cold Ones, please.
Shout out. Okay, I guess we're putting them. Shout out Cold Ones.
Please.
Shout out G Fuel. Anything you want to shout out?
Sponsor us.
Shout out Yao Ming.
Shout out my baby mama.
No, I don't have a baby mama.
John Cena.
Shout out John Cena. All right, guys.
Shout out
We'll see you
Xi
later
Jinping.
in the next episode. Goodbye.
Later, y'all. Take care.